Oh, I can't believe it. I screwed up again. Minor technical problems aside, hello everyone, welcome to Triple Gaming's usual Sunday stream. I'm going to give people a little bit of a chance to drop in, because there have been a few technical problems on my end. And I'm not going to get going until we have people viewing, because I want this stream to be particularly interactive, so... Do let me know when you are in the chat, because I'm not going to get going until I know there's people watching. So I want this to be as interactive as possible. And I'm sorry for all the messing around at the beginning with the links, but I needed to set the stream latency to the lowest one possible. And you can only do that when the stream is not running, and I completely forgot. I don't know why it keeps changing that setting, it's very frustrating. But if you are here, do let me know. So that we can get going. Guillermo, finally, someone arrives. Hello, how are you today? I'm glad at least someone has arrived. Good. Well, since you're the first person here, you get the first part of this purpose on Game Dev Tycoon, I suppose. You get to choose the company name for our new games company. And Barry, I suppose you'll get to pick the next thing. So Guillermo, what do you want our games company to be called? Or Barry, if you can come up with a name if Guillermo is having trouble. Okay, Barry, well then falls to you then if you want to pick the name for the games company that we're going to run. And hello, Dinosaur King. Oh, name it Champion Studios. Champion Studios it is. There we go. Yes, and we'll take over that one. So, what's the purpose of this game? The purpose of this game is to basically create your own game development studio. It's very simple, very casual, very chilled, and just the thing for when you've been posting out videos on dinosaurs every single day. So let's get the first game running. Oh, so we've got government, evolution, disasters, or expedition as topics. Dinosaur King. What shall the topic of our first game be? And don't forget everyone, if you are watching this, to like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, as it does mean everything. We are still trying to get to our 500 subs by the end of July. We're not too far off at the moment. But Dinosaur King, topic for our first game: government, evolution, disasters, expedition. Evolution. And do we want it to be action, adventure, RPG, simulation, or a strategy game, Dinosaur King? Simulation. Righto. What shall we call the game, Dinosaur King? What's your title going to be? And if it's anything like Jurassic World Evolution, no. Spore to God. Spore to God. Spore to God it is. Like that as a title. Now, I already know that simulation games work best on PC, so we will put them on PC. Baryonyx. Do we think it should be a text... Ooh. Oops. I accidentally quit out of it. That was silly of me. Let's just set that up again. Sport you got. Baryonyx. Text-based graphics or 2D graphics? Text-based graphics. So, Baryonyx, you've now got to decide how much time to put into each part of the development. So, You've already got indications here that gameplay, engine are the two that are important. Story and quests are not as important. So how much percentage would you like to devote to gameplay, engine and story? Just give me like 3 figures. So if, you know, 150 0 or, you know, 75 50 0, whatever. Just give me the figures of each, left to right. So say if you wanted engine to be at 50 and gameplay to 100 and then story to 0, be 50 100 0. Gameplay 100%, engine 60%, story 50%. Okay, interesting mix. Not much, nerd guy, we're just getting started on our very first game. So I will do the next stage, so we're going to whack it, max up on the artificial intelligence, low on the artificial dialogues, and level design to 75%. Gotta have good gameplay. Dinosaur King, you can do the final stage for us. How much percentage of time should we devote to well-designed graphics and sound? And as indications that graphics and sound are very important for these types of games. So same thing as Baryonyx did, just give me the figures left to right. Assuming Dinosaur King is still in the chat. $50, $70, $80. Okay, 70% on graphics, 80% on sound, 50% on well design. We don't want to. We'll throw a party. Your game is about to be released. Would you like to release DLC? There is no point at this stage in time. Trust me. Right, we'll do the bug fixing. Let's see how our first game has gone, Dinosaur King. The reviews are here. So Dinosaur King, you're 7, 8, 8, 7. Dinosaur King, well done. Most impressive. A 7.5 from the very beginning. I don't think we sold just over 5,000 units in our very first release. Not bad at all. Over 10,000 units sold with our first game. Wow, very impressive. Right, let's do some research quickly. Actually, no, let's save that because we want a custom game engine, really. So let's do another new game. And Baryonyx, pick the topic for me. Government, evolution. Well, so we can't. So one of the things you have to learn is to not do the same type of game over and over. So, government, disasters, or expedition, Barry. Disasters. And what type of genre? Action, adventure, RPG, simulation, or strategy, Barry? No worries, Barry. Action, adventure, RPG, simulation, or strategy? Strategy disaster game. And what shall we call it? Actually, while you're deciding on a title, I'm going to pick the platform. Strategy. Game and Time is bad for strategy. Strategy is good on the G64, so let's go with that. So, title for our game, Barry? An amazing title. That's the title. I'll come up with the title then. Let's call it Quake. Text-based graphics or 2D graphics, Dinosaur King? .2D graphics. Righto. Okay, Dinosaur King. So same thing for you. Give me the development figures for engine, gameplay, story, and quests. And I've already unlocked enough strategy games to know that gameplay and engine are important. So what are your figures for these three? Engine and graphics at 100 and story at 75. Right, so I'm going to do the middle stage as always. Grapple have announced their new computer called the Grappintosh. Will be available soon. And Baryonyx, you get the final stage between well-designed graphics and sound. What's your figures for these? And I don't know, in terms of strategy games, what is most important here. So you're going to have to take a punt, Barry. 40% world design. 60% on the graphics. And 100% on the sound. Wow. Your game is about to be released. No on the DLC. Let's finish the bug. So it's a new record in design and technology, this game, which is good. Let's have a quick look at what they said about Spore of God. So Spore of God sold 16,415 units, generating nearly $115,000. Dinosaur King, not bad. Is Quake going to be as successful? Oh, it's looking good. 7. Hello, sarcastically. Since you're just quickly popping in sarcastically, give me a genre of video game out of action, adventure, RPG, simulation, or strategy. And Baryonyx, your game has gotten a 6.5, which is again not bad. We're looking good on the selling of units as well. Sarcastically says another strategy game. So we'll do that. Sound seems to be important. We'll do that after I pick my topic and game. So I'm going to do a expedition adventure game. I'm going to put it on the... Let's put it on the PC. And I'm going to call it, this is an expedition adventure, so let's call it Recharted with 2D graphics version 1. Story is important. I'm going to put gameplay to 60% and engine to 30%. I hope I did it. Dinosaur King, that's pretty. I mean, a 7.5 on the very first game is pretty good. Dinosaur King, stage 2 for you. So for the development of an adventure game, dialogues, level design, and AI. Where are you going to put your time? Dialogues, it says, is very important. The other two we don't know. Why is there a DeLorean under the sheet? Well, because at the very start, when you set up the company, it says you've gone back in time to set up your own games company. So it's probably a tongue-in-cheek reference to Back to the Future. Plus, the DeLorean is a fantastic car. I love the DeLorean. I think it looks brilliant. Design should be 80 and AI should be... Level design should be 80. Keep the green one on 100. So you mean dialogues should be 80 then in that case. So dialogues to 80 and AI on 70. The Grappintosh has been released. I'd rather drive a Sinclair C5. Oof. And Baryonyx, you get stage 3. So well-designed graphics and sound. Graphics is slightly important. Well-designed and sound, we have no idea. What is the green about? So graphics is the green one, and it's at 60% at the moment. Years and years ahead of its time, indeed, sarcastically. Oh, it's an expedition adventure game, Barry, sorry. So probably something like Tomb Raider-y, I would suspect. %100% on the world design, 100% on the graphics, 80% on the sound. Japanese company Ninvento is planning to launch its own gaming console. Ninvento is widely known for its successful arcade game Dinky King. So this game has ended up quite good on the design side, but not necessarily very good on the technology side. Quake sold 16,000 units, generating 113,000 in sales. So not quite as popular as Dinosaur King's game, but still quite good. Let's see where my one goes. Dinky King, exactly. So Recharted, what do people think? Oh, it's not looking good. It's a 5, a 6, 6, and 6. So it's not bad, it's just, it's average. Damn. Right, we can now do some research. So what we're going to research is our custom game engine, because that's one of the most important things you can get sorted out. Because it means you can update your technology. And we also have access to contracts, which we can do for cash. So Recharted is up to 10,000 in sales. And the Ninvento TES is coming out. Right, we can now add stuff to our own custom game engine to vastly improve our games. Tess looks so familiar. Indeed. So sarcastically, since you're still here, you wanted a strategy game. Pick a topic then, government or... well, government, evolution, disasters, or expedition. Or we can go for a new topic. Your choice, sarcastically. We can research a new topic or go for one we've already got. New topic. So we have access to fantasy, board game, platformer, or a rage game. Which one? A rage game. I have no idea what a rage game even might be. Uppercase rage. Okay, so new game. It's a rage game. It's a strategy game, and I think we'll call it uppercase rage. Platform. I have no idea for this sort of game, so let's just pick one at random. Let's go with... we'll put it on the Game and Time, which is basically like a Nintendo thing. Baryonyx for our first Rage game. Text-based graphics or 2D graphics? Oh, that's what a Rage game is. Stuff like getting over it. Aha. 2D graphics, says sarcastically. Okay then. So let's figure out the figures for engine gameplay and story and quests. We know gameplay and engine are important, more important than story. So sarcastically, you're welcome to put in your own numbers for this. It's at 30, 60, 100 at the moment. But I think we need to change those. $70, $70, $90. Okay then. Just going to quickly clear these. What did we learn about Recharted? Artificial intelligence isn't important. Okay then. Dialogues, level design, and AI. Let's go with 100, 80, and 10. The Rati 3700 is... okay. There you go. Arati, after a slew of abysmal, low-quality releases, the Arati Games console is going off the market. Rumours say that millions of spare game cartridges for the console have been put in a dump. And that is true. Atari dumped so many of its games cartridges it didn't sell into a big landfill. And Dinosaur King, if you're still here, give me the figures for the last stage on well-designed graphics and sound. Or sarcastically, you're free to give me them as well. It says sound is important, graphics are not as important, well-designed, we don't know how important it is with this type of game. Dinosaur King says World 50, graphics 40, sound 100. Sarcastically thinks sound at 75, graphics at 100, world at 80. Let's go with sort of an in-between of you both. So you both said world at between 80 and 80 and 50. So let's put that at 70. Graphics 100 or 40. Let's go with the 40 because I don't think graphics are important. And sound at 100 or 75. Let's put that to 100. And let's see how that goes. No, we don't want DLC. Sarcastic's game looks to be fairly similar in design and technology stuff, but we didn't get many bugs, which is good. Ah, so we got some new research that we can put into our next game engine. I'm actually just going to set us up to do a quick contract now, just for some money. So the reviews for Uppercase Rage have come in sarcastically. Oh dear, it's not looking good. It's a 4. It's a 4. A 3. A 5. Ooh dear. Sarcastically, your game earned a 4. That's shocking. But it sold a lot of units, so we're actually, it might have been a bad game, but because we put it on a good console, it's selling a lot of units. We've sold over 50,000 units. Ninvento outcompetes other consoles. So what did we find out about Rage games? It says that Rage and strategy is a good combination. Gameplay seems to be important. Level design is important. Okay. And since we have some research points, I'm actually going to start researching some stuff for our game engine. So let's research game tutorials. Now we need to get up to at least $1 million before we can expand the office. So I think one more game and we should do it, I think. Okay, so we research game tutorials, and let's research mono sound as well. Let me try Rage or Fantasy. So something you have to be careful of, Dinosaur King, is not to release the same genre of game one after the other. So we need to be careful on what we're picking. So we've done an evolution sim, a disaster strat, an expedition adventure, a rage strat. So we could probably do with doing an action game next, I should think. Because we haven't released any action game. So, what sort of action game should it be? Action, government, evolution, disasters, expedition, or... Well, it can't be rage. And it probably shouldn't be expedition. So, are we... Action, government, evolution, or disasters game? What do we think? An action government RPG. A government action game. Okay, this is unique. Action looks good on... Looks like action looks good on the G64. I'm tempted to try this new PV11111. So I've not done anything for this yet. What shall we call this game? A government adventure. Raid the Senate building? I don't know. A title for this particular game. GAM 5. Senate shootout? Maybe let's Trump simulator. It's not a sim game though, Barry. But I quite like Senate shootout. We'll go with Senate shootout. we will go for 2D graphics. It says gameplay is important. Story and quests we don't know, but we don't think it's important. And I'm going to put the engine up to high, because I think a good engine is important for an action game. Come on. There we go. Artificial intelligence and level design are important. Dialogues are not important. See, something we also need to try to do with our games is to get the numbers higher each time. Dinosaur King, well-designed graphics and sound. Where do you want to invest your time? It says that graphics and sound are important for these types of games. All of them at 75. Okay. So this game we don't have very high numbers on. It's only an 8 and an 8 on design and tech. The reviews are in for Senate shootout. Oh, it's not looking good. 3. Government and action is a terrible combination. Oh dear, this one was a bad game. No. So we can now research target audience for our gaming. So government and action is a terrible combo. Level design is quite important. Let's research target audience, because that's useful. We are too ahead of the times. Quite possibly. Okay, let's see if I can save it. Whoops. Save the company. I feel like we need to perhaps do what was the very first game we did? Sport God. Evolution Sim. Let's see if we can get this improved. This is looking a bit better. Senate Shootout only sold less than 10,000 units. Wow. That's poor. While you're working on your game, someone knocked on the door of your garage. It was a man who wanted to sell you a vacuum cleaner. Do you want to buy it? No. Denounce him. No, we got hype for denouncing the vacuum cleaner. Okay, our numbers are going quite high this time around, so that's a good sign. No, clean that bug. Thank you. So new record on the tech front. Reviews are in. Oh, it's looking good. 8, 7, 7, 9. Wow. Would you look at that? Well, we're getting up there in the sales department. We're up to 25,000. Sport of God 2 is a surprise hit with players. And a game studio has been hacked. And we're still a bit off the 1 million mark that we need to get bigger offices. So this sold well, but we really need a big sort of overwhelming success game. Let's do a platformer. I feel like a fantasy game would go well. Fantasy RPG, I think, possibly. Okay, so let's go in with a fantasy RPG. Mature, young, or everyone? Let's make it for everyone. Let's put it on the... Let's put it on the PC. Make it mature, actually. A mature fantasy RPG for the PC, and we'll call it... oh, I don't know. What should we call it? Why don't we just call it Scrolls? We'll go with the 2D graphics again. So, folks who are watching, where should we invest our time for a fantasy RPG when it comes to engine, gameplay, story, and quest? We already know that stories and quests are very important for this type of game. It says gameplay is important, engine, we don't know how important the engine is. So anyone in chat, feel free to give me percentages for what you think we should invest in. Kirsty Rose says story. So, Kirsty, what percentage of our time should be on story? Engine and 50%. Engine and quality at 100. So story, quests, and gameplay are the ones that should be the biggest figures because they're the ones that are important for this type of game. Engine, it says, is least important, so it should be lower than the other two, technically. I don't think 50% is high enough on the stories and quests. I think gameplay-wise, gameplay can be 50. When it comes to the engine, I think we need to go... I don't know. Let's try putting the engine to, like, 30. And we'll keep the story quest at 100. This one we have absolutely no help at all. Dialogues, level design, and artificial intelligence. All we know is that AI is least important, but we have no idea what the other two should be at. So, what do we think, folks? What's important for an RPG? I'd have said dialogues are quite important. I wouldn't have said level design is as important. I mean, what do you folks think? What's important in an RPG? The dialogue, the level design, or the AI? World and dialogue are highly important. So let's stick the dialogue to 100 then. The level design will stick to, say, 30, and we'll have the AI at 30. Just to see what happens. So world design should also be important, so we'll stick that up. Graphics and sound, it says, are least important, so I'm going to put them both down to 20. So we're going heavy on the world design. Ooh, a reporter. We've heard a rumor that your company is developing a game for mature audiences. Would you be willing to give an interview about this? Yes. We don't want to release DLC, there's no point at this time. Casual games have become a thing. The casual games are real money earners, so we'll research that in a second. Can we get one more tech bubble? Okay. So we've got a new record on the design of this game, at least. Let's research that casual games. Welcome back, Barry. So, our first fantasy RPG. Ooh! 8. 8. 8. 7. Not bad. It's a 7.75. And we sold 20,000 units now. Today Ninvento has announced they will introduce a portable gaming device called the Gameling. The device comes with changeable game cartridges, a monochrome screen on a green background, built-in speakers, and even multiplayer support via connection cable. Classic 1980s style. And look at that. We're edging closer to that 1 million grid that we need. Okay, so that should be... So graphics are important for RPGs. Good to know. Ooh, we're getting close to the million. I reckon if we do a couple more contracts, we'll get it there. Oh, we're so close. That's so annoying. Okay, we need another quick game just to get us over the million. So, a casual... I know casual games are a really good money earner. Casual board game? Let's research board game and then quickly do a casual game for it and see if we can get over the 1 mil. Okay, new game for everyone. It's a board game, casual game. We're going to release it on the Gameling. Make it for young. We'll just call it... Board Game Simulator. Let's hope we can get over the 1 mil with this. Now I know everything for casual games already, so I'm just going to do this quite quickly. Because I want to get... We've been playing for an hour now, we should at least be up to a better stage of Games Company by now. We can now unlock marketing in video game magazines. Graphics, sound, world design. Your game is about to be released. No. The numbers aren't great. But 12 and 12. So it's an even... It's a fairly even game. New research available, bosses and level editor. How are there bugs on a there are bugs in a board game game. 7. 7. 7. If this is lower than a 7, I'll be very annoyed. 7 across the board. I'm happy with that. Now get us over the 1 mil mark. There we go, we can move to a bigger office at last. Now, this is where we have to start being careful. It's very easy to bankrupt yourself at this point in time because obviously you start filling in more positions and it starts costing more cash. I'm going to quickly research bosses. And while we're researching... damn. I need to do staff management as well. The Venner gear has been released. Good. Staff management. Also, don't forget, folks, that I'm going to be streaming all the episodes of Prehistoric Planet. That reminds me, I actually need to cancel that free trial. All episodes of Prehistoric Planet on Discord from about 10 o'clock this evening. So after this stream ends in about 15 minutes, it'll be like a 2-hour break, and then I'll start streaming on there. Right, we can now start getting... So, when we're coming to finding new staff, we can decide how much budget to give the staff training, and then whether we want them to be technology focused, design focused, or in the middle. So what sort of budget shall we have for our new staff, and do we want a design, a tech, or a both? $500 is a risk. That sounds like trouble. Let's focus on design. And see what we can find. Gaming has come to be a sport. Wow. So we have quite a range of staff. Bill Bright is probably the best one there, but he's going to cost 16k. Next after would be Macro George. Macro George is good on the research though. He'd get a lot of research points in for us. I think we'll go for Bill Bright because he's kind of good along the board. Oh, Govador, also known as Commodore. They were the games company this is obviously parodying. Commodore's gone bankrupt. Let's quickly research a new topic, actually. Let's do a spy... Oh, let's research spy games. Spy games are... Security for the office, yes. Gonna have to put out another game soon. Virtual reality as sharp as the human eye can see. Right. I think we'll create a new game engine first, since we've researched a lot of game engine stuff. Let's call our first game engine... Let's call it Triceratops. The Triceratops game engine. That was expensive, but I think it's important to do the game engine at this stage in time. Right, now we very quickly need to get a game going. So, let's do a disasters strategy. What was our disasters one called? Game history. Quake. Disasters strategy called Quake. Okay, so new game. Big topic. Disasters strategy on PC. We use our Triceratops engine. We will call it Quake 2. Give it better graphics. Why not Tricore? Oh, that's a good idea. We could have called it the Tricore engine, I suppose. Right, let's give this save game and game tutorials capability. Current game industry. So the bank account's in the red, but hopefully this game will get us out of it. Let's go slightly higher on the AI. 80. Bosses? We'll put bosses in. We'll have boss disasters to deal with or something. We know that sound has to be high. Graphics is kind of like meh. Well design. Well design has got to be up there, surely. We'll give it better sounds. Would you like to release DLC? Yes, but we'll go for low risk DLC. Well, this has broken all of our records in terms of design and tech for the last game. Wow, that's a lot of unlocks to do. I'm just going to quickly throw this guy some... I'm going to do some research. Can't, because I don't have any money to do the research with. Let's hope this is a big top-selling game. Well, it's not looking bad. Three 8s. Wow, 3 8s and a 9. I think that's our top ranked game yet. Let's generate a report. So it sold 12,000, 20,000. At least we're back in the blue. Well design is important. Bill Bright is still new to the team. A few more games and the team will have higher potential. Okay. Let's quickly do some contracts then to get us some money in the bank. We're up to nearly 50,000 in sales for Quake 2. Quake 2 is off the market. It sold nearly 47,000 units, generating 328,000 in sales. Not too much though. We are going to have to release another game immediately, pretty much, in order to cover the costs. Game history. What's the highest scored game so far? Highest scored is the 8.25 we just got for Quake 2, Nerd Guy. And since you're literally here, we will do a game based on what you think. So let's quickly do that now. So, pick a topic, Nerd Guy. Government, evolution, disasters, expedition, fantasy, board game, rage game, or spy game. We haven't done a spy game yet, and we've done one of every other type, but we haven't done spy yet since that's new. Fantasy game. Genre of game, Nerd Guy. Action, adventure, RPG, sim game, strategy game, casual game. And nice, Barry. What did you have for dinner? I've got spag bowl to have later on. Oh, well, spy. Okay, we'll do spy game. And what genre for the spy game? Action, adventure, RPG, sim, casual, or strategy? McDonald's. Oh. I haven't had a McDonald's since they gave me food poisoning. RPG says Nerd Guy. He just sent me a message on Telegram. So an RPG platform. It's gonna have to be PC again, I think. On the Triceratops engine. What shall we call our spy game? RPG is my go-to, but I don't think that'll work for spy, so action adventure. Ah, okay. Action or adventure. Let's go with action than spy. Sorry, sorry, Nerd Guy, I was trying to keep an eye out for you. Spy strategy, spy RPG. I think it says spy action is a great combination, so. Is Assassin's Creed a spy game? How about, James Pond? 007. Hello, Kirsty Rose. Nice to see you're still there. Don't forget, guys, you can give me your suggestions in chat and I will do them. Oh, Things Unseen. I like that. Things Unseen. Okay, so I think we'll definitely give it a linear story. Gameplay, it says, is important, but not as important as one of the others. Stories and quests, it says, is not important. Engine is got to be massively important then. James Bond, Rise of the Creed. Ugh. Okay, so artificial intelligence, it says, is important. Level design is less important. Dialogue is not important at all. We'll have bosses in there still. Oh, our DLC for Quake 2 released, and we made $140,000 off it. And luckily we know what we want here, so graphics have to be good, sound has to be good, well, level design doesn't have to be good, and we'll keep everything on the sound as it is. Do we want to release DLC for this one? This is the first advent action game we're going. We will release DLC, but again, we'll make it. I think let's go for a medium risk DLC. This is a very special offer. Our agents have recently managed to borrow some research information that might be of interest to you. If you are interested, then transfer 28,000 to an enclosed uplink location. We'll contact you, Agent Blowfish. So shall we send money for the information they have stolen, or shall we decline their offer? It's clearly a scam, isn't it? Although, is it? I don't know. It might not be a scam, but it is probably stolen. Take the offer, says Dinosaur King. Decline, says Nerd Guy. I think we'll decline because we don't have 28,000 to waste right now. Okay, so this game has broken records in tech and design for the company. Oh wow, look how many more things we've unlocked research-wise. I'm just going to invest in some training for my staff before we move on. So, let's see how Nerd Guy's game has done. Well, it's looking good so far. 2 8s. Or a 7. Game Hero. 2 8s and 2 7s. 7.5. Not bad, Nerd Guy. We've sold 20,000 units though. 30,000. 37. 40. Our DLC released. And we made $202,000 off of our DLC, Nerd Guy. Alright, our Bill Bright needs to go on holiday. I'll take it. So, level design is important for action games. Graphics are important for action games. Platform match PC action is good. Audience match spy everyone is good. So there's a better audience and better platform for action and spy games. So we need to see if we can figure that out. Oh, right. Right, let's do some couple of contracts for money. Things Unseen sold 50,000 units, generating 354,000 in sales. That's still not bad considering. I'm just concerned we are low on the old cash front. We haven't yet hit that amazing super game that brings us back to 1 million. $30,000 in the bank account. Okay. So we've released Quake 2. We released another Sport God. Quake 2. Recharted. Was our Expedition adventure game. let's see. Let's do government strategy, maybe? We want a casual game. We want a good casual game. Disasters? It's difficult to know what would... great combos, board game and casual. I'm tempted to go with the government though. Government game and casual. For everyone. Unless we've unlocked any new types of game that we can... Puzzle, platformer, wrestling, battle arena. Puzzle game sounds like a good match for a casual game. Okay. Puzzle game, casual. We'll call it... What should we call it? Call it Rubik's. We'll put it on the game link using the Triceratops engine. Gaming company actually makes this many genres of games. That's a good point. Although, was it Creative Studios used to make strategy games for a long time, and then they made Alien Isolation. So that's proof that even games companies with one dedicated focus can be surprisingly good when they switch to something else. Do I want to release DLC? No, not for this one. The one that time travels. So this game is good on the design, but not good on the tech. So I think the next person we hire for the company needs to be tech focused. But we need to get up to a... We need to really smash it in money for the next... 69 points in research. Nice. Let's invest some of that into new stuff for the game engine. Wow. So let's invest in bigger games. Ooh! 10. 9. 10. A masterpiece! Our first puzzle game is a smashing success. Brilliant. And let's also invest in randomized loot. Simple minimap, screenshots, simple character creation, rewards, level editor, tunes. Let's do simple character creation. Oh wow, look at that. We have sold nearly 200,000 units in the first week. And we smashed our record. So we can now make games for specific publishers. But I think before we do that, your business is booming because of me and it'll end booming because of you. Let's invest a fair amount of cash in a new tech-based member of staff. Rubik's, the new game by Champion Studios, has caused a storm of good reviews and excited customers. Industry professionals say that Rubik's is one of those rare games that will set a new quality standard. Wow. The Ninvento Super Ninvento has been released, or is releasing. We've hit 500,000 units for our Rubik's game. Okay, member of staff. The best tech one is him, so we'll go for him. We haven't done too badly with Rubik's, did that one really benefited the company. I think we'll spend a bit of money in training up our staff, because better trained staff create better games, basically. We've sold nearly 750,000 puzzle games. That's pretty... There we go, it's finally off the market. We sold nearly 700,000 units and we generated nearly 5 million in sales. That's pretty good for a puzzle game, I think. Everyone is doing training at the moment. A game named Ballgame by Bottling has released for a PC a week ago. It received an overall score of 9.5. Start playing, guys. It's a space action game. So we know that space and action goes well together. Right, let's research a few new things for our game engine. Let's do simple water physics. And let's do... item tiers, randomized loot, game difficulty. We'll do game difficulty. And then we'll do randomly generated simple cutscenes. Level editor, world side, weather system. Let's do item tiers then. Simple water physics, game difficulty, item tiers. Right, let's create a new engine so we can shove some. Actually, we'll wait on a new engine. Well, I think we want to improve the graphics quality before we do that. Is there a publisher deal we could do? Ubisoft want a fantasy RPG for the GPP. Wrestling. So the only one we could do is a fantasy RPG for Ubisoft. Okay. Triceratops. We'll call it Scrolls 2. Let's see how it goes. Right, now we can put specific staff on specific jobs. So we'll go heavy in the design on story and quests. Gameplay should be kind of half and half. Engine can be just a tech focus. Oh dear, everyone is stopped. Okay. A fantasy RPG. Dialogue should be high. Level design I think should be low. Lower. Let's put our top tech guy on level design. I'll go half and half and Bill Bright can go there. In a surprise entertainment announcement, Vony, a company known for General Electronics, has presented a prototype console called the Play System. Apparently Vony has collaborated with Ninvento to develop what is a Super Ninvento with a CD drive. It would be the first console using a CD drive. And then immediately after, journalists around the world are baffled as only one day after Sony and Nintendo jointly announced the PlayStation Entertainment Conference, things have turned sour. Nintendo announced today that they will cancel the project and instead seek to develop a new console with a different partner. Basically, Sony wanted too much control. And I think that is actually a true story. Okay, world design is high, graphics lower, sound very low. Let's invest heavily in world design and graphics. Feel bright. Come on, we need to get that technology value up. Strategy games are important at the moment. Selling well at the moment, damn it. Do I want to release a DLC? No, I do not. Right, clean up the bugs. Boss, I've discovered that some really dedicated fans of Quake 2 have created a fan game using a lot of the material from our game. They don't make any money with it and they just do it for fellow fans. Our legal advisors strongly suggest we shouldn't allow this to go on. What do you want to do? We'll let them be. 35 and 36. It's a new record for the tech anyway. Oh, lots of new research coming in. Let's do some training. You can invest heavily in tech. You can invest. Oops. Reviews for Scrolls 2 came out. Now we have to beat, I think it's a 7. Oh, we've got an 8. 7. 7. 7. I think that beats what they want, what Ubisoft wanted. Wow, we sold 240,000 units in the first. The game doesn't live up to expectations. As contract, a penalty will be applied to your account. What did I have to get to? I thought it was a 7 that we had to get to. Wasn't it a 7? Well, we sold nearly over 1 million units, nearly. Do we have access to better graphics yet? No, we don't. Well, we've hit the 1 million mark. Unusual car company. This is very relaxing this evening. After spending all week making dinosaur videos, this is very chilled. Okay, Scrolls 2 came off the market. It sold over 1 million units and generated 1.4 million sales. That's not bad considering that Ubisoft claimed that the game was a failure. David wants a holiday. Another contract finished. What I'm going to do in the last little bit is we're actually going to save that, and then we are going to just show off my... Is that one? Yes. So this is a games company I started yesterday, Therapod Gaming. This is basically, we're already in the end game. The game has already finished by this point. It goes up to year 42, so this is 43. And you can see I've got an R&D lab over here. And our hardware lab, we're actually creating our own consoles at the moment. I've got a lot of research points here, so let's advanced stereoscopic 3D. And let's invest in dialogue trees and endless quests and language settings, better dialogues, complex plot. So if I go to the game history here, you can see where's the top game selling here? V was the bestseller and game of the year as a disaster strategy game. It's sold $257 million. 18.3 million units sold for that one. Alcatraz 2 was then my next top seller. So yeah, we're doing. This company is doing quite well, as you can see by the amount of money that we're making. What I'm trying to do at the moment is get the team towards making AAA games, but to make AAA games you have to start specializing them, and that costs a lot of money and investment. But what we're going to do is create a new console, I think. Yeah, so let's develop a brand new console. Let's make it look like... I quite like that. And we're going to call it the Spinosaurus. Put the quality 30 million on the quality assurance. Advanced stereoscopic 3D. Right, we will make it multiplayer and so either multiplayer or online. Okay, online play, surround sound. We'll start investing in a new games console. What are these guys doing over here? Tricle. Own convention. Right, I think somewhere there is MMO research to do, isn't there? Mod support. MMO support, that's what we want. That's 150 RP. Okay, so let's do some contracts and get that research points up so that we can make an MMO. Go, guys. And we'll call our MMO Tricore Dinosaur Game. Actually going to boost the funding on my console creation side. Nice. Big topic. What sort of game have we not done? We haven't done a Viking game yet. Or a Doomsday game. Or a hacking game. Prison, war game. Astronaut game. Post-apocalyptic game. Pirate game. What do you think, Dinosaur King, since you're still here and you've been here from the start? What sort of game, since we got huge amounts of topics here? Doomsday, a Doomsday game. What genre for a Doomsday game? I have no idea, since I've never made a Doomsday game before, so... Maybe RPG or adventure? An action game. An action Doomsday game. Let's put it on the Tyrannosaurus. We'll put it on the generic computer. And we'll put it on the Game Gear as well. I haven't done anything for those yet. Theropod T engine. What should we call it? Fall in? No, a Doomsday game. Oh, I know what we can call it. We'll call it Jurassic World. Come on, guys. Oh, man. That didn't get started on anything. So put multiplayer in. Oh, no, online play goes in. And complex minimap and everything. Gameplay is quite important, but engine needs to be better. Dialogues? Did we only pick a small game? Artificial intelligence is more important for this type of game. Okay. Oh, we only picked a medium one. No, we must have picked a small. Whoops. Well, it's only going to be a small game, but it might do surprisingly well. We'll find out. It's full of bugs, though. New maps and levels. We'll go for high-risk DLC. Okay, so it's not an especially groundbreaking game with us. Oh, let's research MMO right now. MMO support, there we go. So what's our Jurassic? Oh my, that is not good. Oh, we've released a stinker. Wow. That's the worst game I've released in a long time. Why was that bad? I want to know why it was that bad. Doomsday and action is a great combo. Level design is important. Genre match action is great. Good. Doomsday and everyone as an audience is bad. Oh, okay. Maybe it must be a mature game then. No, it's not. It's not the Doomsday and action. It was the audience that we went for. Okay, well in that case, let's do a sequel to V. And we'll call it V2. Do we dare risk a AAA game? Let's go ahead and... What is this? No, V2 is a disaster strategy, so we need a strategy. Generic computer. Simulation strategy. This might go terribly wrong. It's going to be expensive. Our first AAA game. DLC released for the bad game. It lost us a lot of fans. Okay. Sip Mayer is our engine expert. Fletcher is our gameplay expert. We don't have an expert in stories and quests though yet, but we'll risk it. We'll activate marketing. Oh wow. World marketing, full pixelware, advertiseware, extended demos. Okay, let's advertise in pixelware. And we'll do all the investments. Okay, Barry. See you later on. Next week, Invento will release the NX, a far departure from the swap. The company is under harsh criticism due to having such a bulky design, but is still technically superior to any other advanced console. Well, the technology is high, but the design is not. Oh wow, and these guys are already knackered. I want all my design guys on. buy everyone a Black Bull to get their energy levels back up. Well, this lot over here will naturally get research points as we go. Like, I'll put them on researching a marketing campaign. The 3GS is a new handheld, the 4GS. Big problem we have is that people are fucking needing a break. They're all knackered. We need to get the... We need to get them back in the company. There we go. It looked like it as well in terms of icon. We're slowly but surely getting there. So who's our sound? We don't have a sound guy. Okay, sound. We'll put all the staff we haven't used yet on. Ooh, our first AAA title, is it going to be a success or not? I don't know. At least our new console, the Spinosaurus, is almost ready. Would you like to release DLC? Yes. New maps and levels. Too many damn bugs. That's standard for a AAA. Yes, but at least we actually will not release it until those bugs are fixed. It might cost money in the long run. Announce the Spinosaurus. Wow, it's really technically advanced, but in terms of design, not so much. Come on guys, hurry up. This has nearly cost us 100 million to There we go. Well, it's hit V2 has hit a new record for the company. Wow, interactive holograms, HD cinematics, infinite worlds, and dynamic worlds. 3D graphics version 6. What can we stick some of the research into then? Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Interactive holograms. Oh yeah. And let's do simple, realistic cutscenes. Self-aware narration. That would be quite fun. They did a better job debugging than Tennis Nedry. Let's see what our first AAA game came out like. Oh, it's not good. It seems to be a fairly average title, unfortunately. We probably didn't have enough investment. Okay, let's figure out why our first AAA title didn't go very well. Ooh, research cutscenes that allow custom characters instead of pre-made main characters. I think, realistic cutscenes we can't do yet for this company. Well, DLC has released, but we lost fans because we didn't make a good game to begin with. Everyone wants a bloody holiday as well. Just gonna have to invest in some training for folks. See, this Diana Smith could become an expert in something. Dialogues, engine, and gameplay we already have. Dialogues, engine, and gameplay. So story and quests we need. That's a design one. She's a tech focus. Maybe level design? But that's what, 360 and 540, so... More training required for Diana Smith. Janice Griffith. She could become our story quests one. She needs to invest a bit more in design, though. Well, at least Spinosaurus was almost ready. Maybe the new console will do well. "3D graphics version 6, photorealistic." Well, design is important. Platform genre match, strategy great. Platform match, everyone great. Okay. So it just failed because it was our very first attempt at doing a title like this. Right, let's see how the Spinosaurus release goes in a second. Well, everyone wants a bloody holiday again. The Theropod has released their game console Spinosaurus today. The console does not seem quite on par with the high-tech competitors, but we will see what players think. Looking at the features, it is very extensive. First tests indicate the build quality is excellent. Wow. We've sold nearly 500,000 units of the new console. We've sold 1 million units of the new console. $2 million units of the new console. Getting quite a few repairs coming back. Might have to invest a bit more in the old. Ooh. V2 sold badly. But the new console is making us money, which is all that counts. Well, it's now 8 o'clock, so I am going to call it here on this very relaxed stream. I want to thank people who did show up for the stream. I know it wasn't an especially busy or exciting one, but I just wanted to spend some time relaxing today with you guys. Spino needs a stronger body, quite possibly. Needs some Doctor Wu genetic enhancement, I think. So, I'm going to save this here. And we are going to leave it here. Thank you, Dinosaur King, for being here for the whole thing. And thank you, Nerd Guy, for popping in. And Baryonyx was also here. And Sarcastically popped in as well. I will continue. This is going to be like my when I need a very relaxed stream game, when I don't want to play something dinosaur heavy. This is going to be it. So there will be more of this in future. If you haven't already done so, please like, and if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. If you haven't gone and watched any of my videos about Prehistoric Planet, I suggest you do, because I'm going to be reviewing that next week. And there will be dinosaur gaming coming out next week as well. Probably The Isle, maybe Jurassic World, we'll see. But until then, have a good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining. Goodbye.